Hello guys, how you doing? You're welcome to another market overview from me. Today is 20th April 2024. So April is almost over, and then we are going to enter the month of March very soon. Okay, so once again, how are you doing? Trust your week was fine. The trading week was fine. Yeah. So today, to the upper right of my screen, we are going to be discussing this asset. I know I've added a few more assets to the list. So we have more than 10 assets we're going to be discussing. Right. So we're going to start with the dollar index. Then we move to Euro USD. Then we're going to talk about Euro GBP, Euro NZD, Euro AUD, AUD USD. We're also going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about NZD CAD, NZD JPY, CHF JPY, USD CAD, and USD JPY. I think just about 2 or 3 of them we're just going to be discussing what has happened already. So there's not really going to be a trade idea for me on those 3 or 2 assets. But when we get there, I would know how many. Right. So we're going to be starting first with the dollar index. Yeah. So to the center of my screen, you can see that this is the dollar index chart, and we have 10 days and 11 hours for the month of April candle to completely print. So we can see that from January to April, dollar index has been really, really bullish. Right? January was a bullish month, February was a bullish month, March was a bullish month, even though we actually thought, or I thought that March was going to be a bearish month. If you check the weekly outlook when I started, that I did during the first week of March, it was actually, dollar index was actually coming down, was actually expecting that imbalance. But then again, it went all the way to the upside. And after that, I think the week after, we started calling for bullishness on the dollar index. Yeah. So last week, I also said that the dollar index was creating some kind of harmonic pattern, if you remember, a Gartley harmonic pattern, and it was like the dollar index might sell off from that imbalance. But I want the dollar index to at least get to the daily imbalance all the way to the upside. And as you can see, if we go down, this is the monthly time frame, just scale down to the daily time frame, and we can see that on Monday we had this candle. So on Monday, dollar index went into that daily imbalance. Then on Tuesday, further went into the daily imbalance. Then on Wednesday we had a down day. On Thursday was an up day, and then on Friday was kind of up and down, but ended up being a down day. Right. So we checked the week. So this week dollar index was also bullish, but then went into the daily imbalance and then price rejected from there, right? And then if we go to again to the daily time frame, I was saying that based on what I'm seeing, that we were kind of having an harmonic pattern, right? If you remember, I drew the A from the X, and then we have our A, and then we have this here, and then something like this. And then I wanted price to reject from 786, if you remember, right? 786, but then dollar index further went into the daily imbalance. Now, this is a Gartley harmonic pattern that is calling for a possible sell on the dollar index. Now, the DXY has been really bullish, and as you can see from January, dollar index has been really, really, really going to the upside now. And most of the major news that are coming out are always in favor of dollar, and then dollar index keeps going to the upside. So now we've gotten to a place where, based on what I'm seeing and based on technical analysis and all, is dollar index about to start coming down, right? Because based on this harmonic pattern is calling for a sell, price has gotten to a daily imbalance. And what is most likely going to happen? Are we going to see dollar index continue to just climb all the way to the upside, or this harmonic pattern is going to be respected and we can see dollar index come down? And then if we check the Euro USD also, so for EU, right, if we draw the fib from the swing, doing the harmonic pattern also, price has not gotten to the 786 yet, right? And I think earlier this week I marked out this imbalance. I didn't trade this week. I had limit on 2 assets I had a sell limit on Bitcoin that I missed. Price did not come to my entry. And then, like I told you, Bitcoin was going to get below 60K. Definitely, that was what happened this week. Now it's back up to 63K. And then I also had a buy entry on Euro GBP, but the broker did not, no, not broker, price did not get there. And then the price just went all the way to the upside to take out daily highs. But those were the only two assets I planned to trade, and then they didn't fill me in. Right, price did not come there, and the remaining part of the week I was really busy. Like this week, I was in and out of Sheraton a lot. But I was going every day. Monday and Tuesday I didn't go, and then I had some family business to take care of, so I was in and out of Sheraton back and forth this whole week. So I've been really busy. I didn't even really have enough time to look at the chart and get those amazing trades, which could at the end be a loss, but then also could be a profit. Could be a win, right? And could result a profit for me. But then for Bitcoin and Euro GBP, two amazing trade. If I'd gotten in, if the price had actually come to my entry, I'd have actually made, about 6 times what I'm risking, right? First trade 1 to 3, second trade 1 to 3. That's I'm going to be up 6, but then they didn't show me. And so when we get there, I'm going to be showing you the markup and what happened. Right. So now for dollar index and EU, what is going to happen? Right. Also, earlier this week, I was opportuned. Like I usually, I use Pepperstone Broker, so I always follow Pepperstone on YouTube when they drop videos, and I saw this. Let me just pull it up quickly. So I saw this. This is from Dilin Wu, a research strategist working at Pepperstone, right? So I saw this headline: USDX, that's the US dollar index. What's behind the surge? That means what is causing the dollar index to go up? Right. So I was interested when I saw the title, that let me watch this. And even because we've been from January to now, we've been calling dollar index going up. Okay, feel this imbalance. Okay, take out this liquidity, up and up and up. You understand? But then what's behind? What is the fundamental saying? Right. I know all what we've been doing majorly has been based on technical analysis, but okay, we see the imbalance, we see the liquidity, we see the order flow, we see dollar index is going to go up, and we've been calling it since January. Just go back to January weekly outlook and just be watching them on and on like that. You will see how we've been calling dollar index going higher and higher and higher. Right. But then when I saw the title USDX, what's behind the hard? What's behind the surge? I was like, I think I'm interested. I want to see. Okay, I want to watch this, right? And then I watched it, and really, she said some really amazing thing, and I said, "Can I at least reference this video when I'm doing the next weekly outlook?" And Pepperstone said, "Yes, you're free to do that." So, guys, I'm gonna be playing this video for you. It's a 5 minutes, 18 seconds video, right? So, what this video is, you're gonna be learning why the dollar index has been going up, and do we think it's still going to continue to go up? And what is most likely going to happen that is going to cause the dollar index to start coming down? All right. So it's a 5 minute, 18 seconds video. If you do not want to watch it, just skip it. But I will recommend you watch it. Where are you rushing to? Okay. So I'm going to play it now, and then let's listen.
Hey everyone, it's Dilin here, and welcome back to Markets on the Move. So let's dive right in. Actually, since last Wednesday, a bunch of markets, including Forex, oil, gold, and you name it, have been on the move, showing some pretty clear trends. So in today's video, I just want to shine the spotlight on one of the hottest assets out there, the US dollar index. So now let's quickly rewind and check out what's been happening with the dollar index lately. Last Wednesday, it broke through the highs we saw in early April, closing above the 105 mark and hitting a fresh high for the year. And it didn't stop there. The last day, it climbed even higher, closing above 106. The bullish momentum is still going strong, but if you take a peek at the RSI, you'll see that the US dollar index has hit the overbought territory. So now you're probably wondering what's driving this sudden surge and how long can we expect this rally to last? Plus, if there are any key data points we can keep an eye on? Well, no surprises here. I mean, the US dollar index rise was pretty much expected. Just look at the US economy. The latest non-farm payroll report showed a stellar increase in the job numbers, and the retail sales figures released yesterday also blew past market expectations. And both manufacturing and services PMI are in the expansion territory. I mean, look at it. Basically, everything is pointing towards a healthy US economy with no signs of slowing down at all. However, the CPI numbers have been beating expectations for 3 straight months, with the super core inflation shooting up to 4.8%, its highest level for almost a year. The Fed's been hoping for some extra confidence in the inflation hitting that 2% target, but as we can see, it looks like they'll have to wait. So long story short, the Fed doesn't really have a good reason, or I would say strong motivation to cut rates anytime soon, given that strong economic data and the stubborn inflation. In return, the market just pushed back the timing of the first rate cut from July to September this year, only expecting around 50 basis point cut in 2024, even lower than what the Fed was thinking back to March's meeting. At the same time, the 2-year Treasury yield is sitting pretty above 4.9%, while the 10-year real yield is still above 2%, giving the US dollar index a nice boost. And let's just not forget about the upcoming US presidential election in November. I believe no one wants to see a big drop in the dollar assets before then. So that's another important tailwind for the dollar index. And now, compared to the fast cautious approach, other G10 economies like the Eurozone, UK, Canada seem to be considering the first cut as early as June and by higher basis points throughout the whole year. And when you look at the fundamentals, the US is clearly outperforming. So whether you are looking at the interest rate spread between the US dollar and other G10 currencies, or the unique strength of the US economy, it's pretty clear that the dollar index is going to keep on climbing for quite a while. Meanwhile,
So she said, based on the news and everything that is going on with the US economy and in the US, it is pretty clear that the dollar index is continuing to still going to go up, right? That means it's not ready to come down yet. So we really need to be careful predicting that the sell is about to start, right?
currency pairs like Euro, US dollar are feeling the heat, slipping below the mid of February low at 1.07 last Friday and hovering just above 1.06 at the moment. And the escalating geopolitical tensions also provide significant short-term boost to the US dollar index. Last Friday, things heated up between Iran and Israel, with the Middle East boiling over and the Russia-Ukraine conflict still simmering. Investors are just ditching stocks and loading up on safe havens like gold and US dollars, pushing the index even higher. So, in a nutshell, with the Fed holding off the rate cuts, the US economy is still strong and geopolitical tensions on the rise. It's no surprise that the dollar index is on the up and up. But keep an eye out for those sellers. They're still betting on the Fed to cut rates on June.
You said we should keep an eye on the sellers. I said they are still betting on the Fed's cutting rates. So probably what she's trying to say is if the Fed should cut the rates, then dollar index is going to drop. That means dollar is going to reduce in value. That's what this is.
Or July. So market calendars for the two CPI and PCE numbers before the June meeting. Because if inflation starts to cool off, we might see the timing of rate cuts brought forward again, which could knock the US dollar index down a peg or two. So that's pretty much my take on the recent surge in the US dollar index. But I do want to hear from you too. So drop a comment below with your thoughts. And if there's any other assets you are interested in, please just let me know. I might just record a video about it later on. So yes, that's all for today. Stay tuned with Pepperstone for more insights and updates. I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Okay. So that was more of coming from a technical, no, fundamental perspective, right? So we said we want dollar index to sell off, right? But then doesn't look like DXY is ready to give that big sell. We know that we have, this liquidity down here, this one, and we also have other ones to the downside. But then dollar index, the fundamental has a way of making a technical to, how do I put it now? Like just like what she said, everything is good in the US, like the economy and all, and we're seeing how this news coming out are all in favor of dollar. We can see how dollar is just going up and up and up and up, right? And then if the dollar is going to start coming down, then one thing she said that was very key is that they're going to cut rates. So if they start to cut rates, then we can see dollar index start to come down. So I would assume that presently they're not cutting rates yet. So we really need to be careful in this area, right? So I'm calling for a sell, but it looks like dollar index is still very, very strong. So let's be on the sideline, just watching what's going to happen, right? Yeah. So do not jump in, taking a sell immediately based on what this is showing. Just I'm going to wait for more information to print, because if the dollar continues to go up based on the strength, and then we can look at dollar index, coming into this monthly imbalance we have all the way up in this area, right? That means if the dollar is still very strong and continues to be strong, then we can see dollar index come into this imbalance we have in this area, and it's been really, really going to the upside. And then based on present market structure, we do have this low and then this lower high and then this lower low. So based on market structure now, like a typical market structure where we have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and lower high, a lower high, and then a lower low. So if that should happen, then somewhere in this area, fundamental should start to align with technical, and then we can start to see the dollar index as sell off. But if that doesn't happen, then most likely we're going to see DXY just go past this area to the upside. So for dollar index, and I'm just going to be really, really careful and just continue to observe what's going to happen. And then for EU, same thing, right? I'm just going to observe what dollar index is doing, and then you start to make a decision on the Euro USD. So that is it, guys, on dollar index and EU. Just keep an eye, all right? And then the next on my radar is Euro GBP. Euro GBP, boom, this asset just went to the moon without me, right? I mean, this asset just, whoops. So I had my limits here on I think was it on on Thursday? Yes, on Thursday I wanted to buy. Was it Thursday? Let me pull up the markup quickly. So yeah, Euro GBP on Thursday. So this is the markup. Exactly. Euro GBP on April 18. April 18 is when? 18 is on Thursday. Yeah. So on Thursday, 1 a.m. in the night. Yeah, 1:29 a.m. midnight. So I saw this. We had this equal lows here. I can see liquidity to the upside. I can see liquidity to the upside. And aside from this two immediate liquidity, we also had this liquidity. I think it was this one. It was this immediate high here. Let me see. Go to the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, that was it. This first one and the second one. Yeah, so these are the two daily highs. One, this daily high, and this 15 minutes liquidity. So that's this high and then this high. Yeah, we can also call them daily highs, right? So I saw what happened on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday, I can see price created what, this liquidity price has been building since on the 21st of March, right? And then March into April, and then we had this liquidity, and then I can see this big body candle swept this liquidity. Now this candle, the swept liquidity, I call it the mitigation candle. That's the candle that takes out the liquidity and then price rejects to the upside. So I was going to take this trade based on the concept of mitigation, right? So I wanted, my entry was at 85,400. That's a 00 level. And then I had, how many people? I know it's not much. That's a 20 pip stop loss, and I was aiming for 1, 2, 3. So I wanted to risk 20 pip to make 60 pip, and this was my entry. As you can see, market just opened for the day on Thursday. A new fresh candle just started, equal high. So I wanted price to come down, move down. I was anticipating a bullish Thursday and Friday. So buying below the opening price in bullish conditions. You guys remember that, right? If you are anticipating that price is going to be bullish for that day, the best place to buy is buying below the opening price for that day, right? So that's going to give you a weak entry. That was what I wanted to do. So I wanted price to come down, fill me in, and then go all the way to the upside. But sadly, that did not happen. And I saw how price was just going all the way to the upside. I remember I was at Sheraton when I saw the price just started to go up. I was like, all right, then price is not coming down anymore. And then I had my alert here at 1 to 3, and then I received a notification from TradingView, but then I wasn't in, right? So this trade was really, really an amazing trade, and I wasn't in, right? So Euro GBP, I missed it. Now let's check what am I anticipating for Euro GBP for the new week. Now I can see that sadly Euro USD is not ready to come for these lows yet. We've been following this for a while, and we can see it's not ready. Came down, took out the liquidity, and then went all the way to the upside. So this daily high, this one has been taken out. 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 Mitigation. This trade is not active. Is not valid anymore. And then this imbalance. And then the only thing I'm seeing now is in this area, I can see this equal highs here, and then I can see this daily lows down here. So now Euro GBP equal highs, and then Euro GBP equal lows to the downside. Now price is definitely close out at equal highs, right? So I'm going to be anticipating a further push to the upside. That's Euro GBP. I'm calling now Euro GBP going to the upside based on the presence of liquidity and this present structure, right? We have this high, we have this low, and then we have this higher high. So I'm going to be waiting, that price come Monday. Maybe I can get an entry after Monday kind of close on the imbalance, or, they just take price all the way to the upside. I can see we have a little imbalance here. Let me check the 2-day time frame. So the imbalance is quite bigger on the 2-day time frame in this area, right? So we have this imbalance here, and if we also see the structure on the 2-day time frame, we have this lower low, lower high, and lower low. So who knows, maybe all of this consolidation that's been going on is just maybe somewhere here, and maybe we can get a big drop. I don't know, but I'm going to be open to the possibility of that happening, right? So I'm seeing that imbalance. I'm going to put like a red. So if price come down, maybe if I get the distribution, I'm going to sell from there. But then on the daily time frame, let's deal with what we have now. Price is really bullish, and I think it's still going to go up. We have liquidity to the upside, so keep an eye, right? You know how I like to do it? Hopefully we get Monday. If the institutions are not ready to take out the liquidity, then maybe we get Monday as a down day that completes the imbalance, and then on Tuesday we can look for the entry inside the imbalance and take price all the way to the upside. But it's going to make sense if price, come back to test this. There's a very strong demand and supply area, right? You can see. So we had demand, we had supply, and our price has finally broken through the supply area. Now this should in turn to a level of support for price. So it's going to make sense if price can come back into this area. But then if the institutions are just like straight business, then on Monday they're just going to run under liquidity. So scaling to a lower time frame, like the 4 hours, what do we have? So price is still bullish, as you can see, came into this imbalance, went up. Now we have another imbalance, and then this is where price is. So I'm not going to rush price. I'm just going to wait to see what's going to happen, right? But then I would love lower pricing to then take price all the way to the upside. Right. So for Euro GBP, I'm still bullish. I missed my entry. That's fine. But then I'm still going to be bullish on this. So that's it for Euro GBP, guys. And then the next one on my radar. Okay, before that, let's check Forex Factory. What do we have for the week? Our Forex Factory, go to the calendar. All right. So for next week, on Monday, we have USD, we have core retail sales by 1430. And then we have Empire State Manufacturing Index, and then we have retail sales. And then GBP, that's on Tuesday. So on Monday by 1430, we have USD major news. And then on Tuesday, we have GBP climate count change. And then 1430 on Tuesday, we have card CPI. Remember, we've been having CPI for the past 3 weeks now. First on dollar index, then we had for, I think, was it AUD, and then we had for another currency pair. I think we had for about three currency pairs, three currencies last week, this week rather. Now next week we have for CAD, and then on Wednesday I can see we have for NZD, and then we have for GBP. Right. So I mean, all these assets, each of these currencies are having their consumer price index news release. So on Tuesday we have CAD CPI by 1430. So expect big move, right? And then later that day by 19:15, we have also CAD major news. Bank of Canada Governor Macklem speaks, and then on earlier before that, 15 minutes earlier, we have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks, right? And then on Wednesday, very early in the morning, we have NZD major news CPI. This week. Oh, what am I saying? Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. This is the news for this week. I'm supposed to put for next week. I mean, it felt weird because I was like, I think I've seen this NZD high. So I was wondering how it's coming back again. And then what made me to just come to final conclusion that this has happened is the actual percentage have been dropped. So no, I'm supposed to choose next week. Yeah, next week. So this is what we have for next week. I'm sorry. So on Monday, we only have one major news, orange folder, euro. And then on Tuesday, Tuesday in the morning, we have manufacturing PMI. 9:30, we have German flash. 10 a.m. and then 10:30, we have British pounds. And then 15:45, USD flash manufacturing PMI. Then on Wednesday, so we have quite major news on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we have AUD CPI, really, really going to move price. 3:30 p.m., 3:30 a.m. in the morning, right? And then on Thursday we have advanced GDP QQ at for dollar index, and then on Friday we have JPY major news. That's the Bank of Japan policy rates coming out, and then Tokyo Core CPI news by 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So really the major news we have are on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday is a little bit calm. Right. So guys, this is the calendar we're going to be working with. Sorry, what I was reading earlier was for this week. So this is for next week. All right. So we do have major news on Euro, AUD, USD, and JPY. Yeah. All right. So back to the charts for Euro GBP, higher pricing. And then next is going to be Euro NZD. For Euro NZD, this one, I think I wanted price to buy up, right? I had this equal highs, and then price came down and came into the imbalance, and now that's taking out the liquidity. So I'm also seeing another liquidity here, but I remember, I think it was Moses. Moses, you were the one to send this to me, right? So for this equal high has been taken out. And so we have how many pips to get to this one? We have about 200 pips left. Maybe we can continue to see higher pricing on Euro NZD until we take out this daily high, right? So I'm just going to wait to see what's going to happen on Euro NZD. So let me just have this there. Okay, so for Euro NZD, let's just chill out. Let's wait. Okay, and then for next is Euro AUD. So Euro AUD also, I told you guys last week that we had this liquidity and I wasn't seeing any of the daily imbalance at all, except on the 4 hours. And as we can see, price just decided to go like straight to the upside. So I'm sure there wasn't any distribution on lower time frame inside those imbalances. Like the 1 hour price was really bullish to the upside. So finally, price took out this daily liquidity to the upside and all of this area. And now we have another liquidity to the upside. So we have daily highs. Now it's making sense. Our Euro GBP has liquidity, Euro NZD has this daily liquidity up here, and then Euro AUD also has liquidity to the upside. So now based on this liquidity I'm seeing on Euro and Euro AUD, I'm still going to be bullish, or I'm going to change my bias to being bullish on Euro AUD until we take out the euro, until we take out the liquidity to the upside. I know we have this liquidity down here, but I'm going to be more focused on this one, right? And we have this equal lows here, right? And then we have imbalance. So it's going to make sense if maybe we come down into the imbalance and then higher pricing from there. All right, but then let's see what's going to happen. Prices at is closer to this liquidity than this one. So I'm going to be believing that we're going to take out this one before this. So for Euro AUD, bullish. Keep an eye. Also, keep an eye on this imbalance, right? It could come down and then reject from there. That's it for Euro AUD. And then for AUD USD, this one price already took out the daily lows, and I didn't get any entry from this one. So Euro AUD trade idea completed. AUD USD rather, trade idea completed. Price took out the liquidity, came into the imbalance. Now maybe we have this. Okay, but no. So for now, AUD USD trade idea completed. I'm going to take it off the radar. So if you were able to take a sell to take out the liquidity, please let me know in the comment section. Now, the next on my list is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, last week, I told you that Bitcoin is going to go below 60K. I told you Bitcoin was going to drop below 60K, and I gave you my reasons. I gave you my reasons as to why I believe Bitcoin is going to go below 60K. So this is 60,000, 60,000. So yes, we can see Bitcoin went way below 60K. I mean, came as low as 59,600. So yes, Bitcoin went below 60K, and I saw it coming. Why? Because there was presence of liquidity. Check the last weekly outlook. Price had not taken out the liquidity when I made the video. So when I made the video last week, price had not taken out the liquidity, and I said Bitcoin was going to definitely take out. Bitcoin was definitely going to take out the liquidity, and that was what happened. So I was going to take a sell. I think my entry was on 1 hour, but then price did not fill me in, right? This was my entry on the 1 hour. I saw this break of structure to the downside, and I saw this liquidity before the major one, and I was banking on higher pricing a little, at least fill me in, and then drop. So I want to take in a sell at 65,200. That's a bank number. That's a bank level for an entry. And also I saw this what demand supply. We had demand, we had demand, we had demand, we had supply, we had supply. And then so I was believing or anticipating that price was going to come into my entry, and then like I was saying, I was believing that price was going to come up, fill me in, and then we're going to take the liquidity down together. But that didn't happen, sadly. The institutions took out this liquidity and then went up, came down, went up. And then even when it broke this structure, I was still of the opinion that this was going to sell down because of the liquidity. And I still had my sell limits. Even after this liquidity has been taken out, I still had my sell limits until finally price just went straight for the liquidity. And I saw on the CoinGecko notification that Bitcoin fell below 60K. I was like, yeah, saw it coming. Then I wasn't able to take a trade to join the move to the downside. So that's it for Bitcoin. Let me show you the markup for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin trade Yeah, so this was it. I mean, it was way before price even. Can you see? It was a 1 hour sell. This was the break of structure. He had this liquidity intact and all. So I wanted taking a sell at 65,200, take it down to below 60K. So I was anticipating like a 5,000, is it 5,000 peep drop to the downside, but then it didn't feel me in. So that's fine. All right. So next is going to be NZD card. So for NZD card on the daily time frame, NZD card, I remember this. So this one, I'm still waiting. All right. I want to really see what's going to happen when price gets to the 886, right? Because this is giving me a bad and winning pattern completing at the structure level. So this is making sense. And so I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen on NZD card in this area. So it might still continue to drop. Okay. But I'm not calling for sales. I'm just saying it might continue to drop to the downside. And then next is going to be NZD JPY. So for NZD JPY, I remember discussing this with Moses. We really did a detailed breakdown on NZD JPY, from I think we had a call on Tuesday, right? Yeah, it was on Tuesday because I was home on Tuesday. It was Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was at Sheraton. Yeah. So on Tuesday we discussed this and we really did a thorough breakdown on this NZJPY. But from the results, the conclusion of our analysis is that we want to see NZJPY go to the upside, right? Yeah. And then you can see this is a 3-day break of structure. So 3-day break of structure. We're going to see we had a break of structure to the upside. So basically we had the monthly highs, which Moses was able to identify, and we have the overall range, and then we have the present range, and then we had what price on NZJPY has been pretty bullish. Price came into the imbalance, and then what happened? We can see accumulation that took place inside the 3-day imbalance. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Price went all the way to the upside broke structure. We had mitigation, and then scaled down to the daily time frame. You can see price this, I'm sure was we had NZD CP high. So CPI and NZD, this is it, really dropped, took out the liquidity, and then price went back all the way to the upside. So for NZD JPY, we're calling for bullishness, right? We are aiming overall for the monthly highs, right? But then price is still very far from there, price is still, about 300 pips away from there. So I'm going to have NZD JPY on my radar for a while. And then next is Chef JPY. So I saw this one now before doing this weekly outlook. We have daily highs and we also have liquidity to the upside. So for Chef JPY, keep an eye on this. Okay, keep an eye on Chef JPY. I believe we're going to go to the upside. Although structure is bearish, as you can see, we had this lower low, lower high, lower low. So it should just drop and give us a lower low overall. But then this liquidity here might not allow price to drop. There are some cases where there's conflict between structure and liquidity. So this is one of them. Okay, so for Chef JPY, markets like this, have it among your radar. I'm looking at this imbalance. Maybe price can drop and then maybe an entry from here, or maybe somewhere in this area. Keep an eye on that. And then next is USD CAD. USD CAD, I also saw this just now. Price took out this daily highs, which we anticipated, and now price has created another daily highs to the upside. So USD CAD, and remember, Dilin Wu said that dollar index is still going to go up based on the fact that the US economy is still doing well, and so dollar index is going to continue to go to the upside. And if that is actually correct, right, if our predictions are right based on the things, fundamental analysis and all fundamental data is calling for higher pricing on dollar index, then definitely USD CAD is going to continue to go to the upside. Therefore, this daily high is going to be taken out, and then USD JPY, same thing is going to happen. All right, so for USD CAD on a weekly time frame, we have a complete imbalance now. Candidate starts the imbalance, candidate creates the imbalance, candidate completes the imbalance. So what's going to happen inside this area now? I'm really, really interested to what's going to happen here. So this is going to be my point of interest here for a move up. And then lastly, USD JPY. I'm not seeing anything on this except on the fact that I remember we said, can USD JPY come all the way to 155? Check the recording, the previous recording, previous also. You see where we're discussing about USD JPY aiming for 155. I just want to let you know that price is so close to 155 now. Okay. Yeah, and then this, I took a buy from here, but I should have held it till 155. Not have actually given me like a 1 to 15 weeks reward. But then I didn't take it all the way to this high. So USD JPY price is almost at 155. And so the monthly liquidity we wanted to capture, price is taking it out. So yeah. So I'm not calling for buy. I'm not seeing any point of interest. I just wanted you to know that we are close to 155 areas. Yeah. So these are the assets I'm going to be looking at. Definitely, I can't trade everything, but when I see the opportunities, I like to just list them out and look for the highest probability setup and take the trade. So once again, dollar index, Euro USD, Euro GBP, Euro NZD, Euro AUD, Bitcoin, NZD CAD, NZD JPY, CHF JPY, USD CAD, USD JPY. So for Bitcoin, I'm not calling any buyers. The daily liquidity has been taken out, so I'm not seeing anything yet. Right. So that's it, guys. These are the assets I'm looking at. If you have any question, please just drop them in the comment section. And when I see it, I will attend to you. And then next week, Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping the next Forex trading for beginners course, video 14, where I'm going to be talking about. So this week I spoke about risk management and why you should manage your risk, and I gave you my risk management model. So come next week, Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about, let me see, introduction to smart money, and I'm going to be giving you my trading checklist, right? So I'm going to be giving you the checklist I use for trading. I've been using the same checklist for about 4 years now. And so, yeah, I have the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So if you have anyone that you know that would want to learn how to trade, just make sure you let them know that I'm dropping, the source. Okay, it's free. Let them just come to the YouTube channel and watch everything. Right. So that's going to be all from me. Do have an amazing week, guys. Bye bye.